It is a roundtable conversation that we've long been waiting for. It's a roundtable conversation simply because the World Cup has produced so many shocks, so many upsets, but most importantly, record-breaking number of people that have been attending the games, both at the stadium and watching from home. Billions in terms of numbers, millions in terms of attendance. But the one thing I can always guarantee you is that the conversation is not done until we brought in the legends right here at home. Some of the greatest legends that we've seen on the football field, they're not at the World Cup. I'm sure they're disappointed. Maybe age is against them. But the knowledge that they still have and pursue within them is still very, very vast indeed. It's 8 teams that remain. It's synonymous to a Wafa tournament that we are so used to here in South Africa. And what can we expect from these last 8 teams that are left in the World Cup? Justin Dodger's here. Joseph Makanya's here. David McCarthy. Morgan Gould, Lakile Kwati. They've been captains, they've been soldiers. Now we bring the brains together. Gentlemen, good to see you. Was your favorite Morgan still in the tournament?
Yeah, definitely.
Which one?
Definitely, let me say Holland.
Holland?
Yeah.
All right, so Holland, let's start there. They play against Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Everyone talking about the tournament itself. Wanting an Argentina versus Portugal final, which means that Messi and his team have to advance through to the next round.
No.
So your Holland team will be left behind.
No.
Tell me why not.
My Holland team won't be left behind. Look at what they've done. It wasn't a team that was favourites, but trust you me, coming against Argentina, it's gonna be a walk in the park for them.
But how so?
We're gonna put no. That's listen.
Yeah.
Don't.
Joseph Makanya. Okay. Let's park you for 2 seconds. You're agreeing with him?
Yeah, I agree with him.
Thank you.
Based on the quality they have and the quality they possess. Because in Argentina, I think they lack a bit of quality. They lack a bit of quality. They rely solely on Messi. Because if you check Di Maria, and also Messi, you check the goals that he scored and the team that he scored against. If you imagine him against a strong opposition with better quality, I think he won't show as much as we've seen.
I know why he's saying that, because you were pulled by Rudy Kroll from Holland. You can't say that about my team. No. Raps, me, I'm Argentina.
Okay.
You know,
I'm a fan of Messi, but I know he's there.
Makanya, I know why you're saying that because of Joey, I know why you're saying that because of they are not consistent.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you mustn't forget this is the quarterfinals.
Wafa.
You know, Wafa, quarterfinals. You know, other teams.
It's a global Wafa stage, actually.
Yes. But guys, when you look at it, how many games did they win before they lost that first game of the tournament?
Don't judge them, yeah. Their first game against South Arabia. Everyone was saying,
yeah. Now suddenly you guys thinking that they're not good enough. But when you look at it, the last game against
South Arabia.
Doesn't matter. But probably took it easy.
No, the oppositions, they say a lot on who you win your games.
But what happened after that? They stepped up. When you look at it, yes, Messi's not doing that well. Di Maria is not doing that well. But there's a lot of youngsters that came in and they took over.
They are not the one-man team, that's why just
Okay, Jay, but if any of the stars, they haven't really let it up, like what you expected from them coming into the World Cup. I'm not going to talk of Ronaldo. You know, when you come with negativity, your spirit is down, everything is down, you're not going to get it running and picking it up. But I think, for me, Ronaldo still has so much impact in the team that we don't see the game, but off the field of play. I mean, when he's there, when he goes on, you could hear the crowd. You could, even as players, you know, if somebody come on a senior, like, you know, hey, we need to double up here. Mogi, if he comes there, sharper. Lamso, if he comes there, let's double up, let's minimize him, let's take him out of the action so that we know.
But what happens when you do that, then when you concentrate on Ronaldo, so the importance of him being in the team, when you concentrate on him, there's a lot of other space that is going to be open for the other players to come in and contribute. I mean, when you look, okay, I'm going to come into the Ronaldo subject, right? There's a lot of us that want to call out a lot of people out there in the game or in the business, right? Ronaldo came out and he told the truth. yes, the movement, which is Manchester United, the football movement is bigger than him. But most of us want to say a lot of things, and we end up being criticized like how Ronaldo has been criticized. But at the end of the day, this is a guy that's giving so much into the game, sacrificed so much into the game. But because he came out now and said one thing that has been hurting him, because he feels like, he's been betrayed by the game, that he's been giving so much into. Now he comes out and says, this is what is going on. I think I should be being treated better, but now the game is changing, after me. And now people are criticizing for that. But, what is done for the game, you can't take that away from him.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
But certain things they do come to an end, but we need to agree on that. Eventually, it has to come to an end.
But the thing is, it hasn't ended though, Joseph. When you look at his career, how many players at 36 get to captain a national team in a World Cup stage? I mean, his fellow countryman Pepe is 39 now.
Yep.
He's knocking on 40, and he's there scoring goals. It's just that he doesn't have the pressure because Ronaldo has got 5 more Ballon d'Ors and he'll never find in his life. So that for me becomes the issue: is keep away from the negative stereotypes that people are bringing onto the table. You'll see the next game they play against Morocco.
He's in there.
He'll be in that game.
He's in there.
Ramos comes from nowhere. People are saying, who is this kid? But he scores the first hat-trick of a tournament. And for me, that says a lot. But while we are on the Morocco-Ronaldo thing, because Fabian decided to change gears in his own direction. So let's stick to that, because they still our last remaining African hope, Morocco. Give me a basic foundation of why you believe we will see a Morocco in the semi-final.
Look, it goes back to how they invested. If you look at all the tournaments in Africa, the huge tournaments, from the ladies' football to the men's football to the Champions League, under 17. So they're progressing and they're investing in the right way. So for them, it's not foreign. They probably have targets within the group and saying, listen, we're here to stake our claim. The people know that we are African country, there's not much expected of us, but our target is getting to the top 4.
Then it speaks about the plenary as well. For the plenary, football match is only an event.
Right.
But the plenary that goes into
behind,
it's important.
It's a process.
It's a process. So the process has been going on for quite some time, and it's yielding results now.
It's paying off.
It's paying off.
I think just as the kind of football they've also displayed it's also a different brand of North African type of football. You usually would see North African being guilty of pretending to be fouled in the box, looking for referees' favors. There's been very minimal of that in this Moroccan team.
Yeah, I mean, this is the country that's next to Spain.
Yeah.
So they basically play like the French playing or type of play, and even how the Spanish are playing. And most of the players also they play in Europe. But defensively they've been massive. I think for me, a lot of people are always looking at the strikers that are scoring the goals. But defenders are always the ones that are going to win you trophies.
Talk about Marawa.
You know what I mean?
Marawa.
You guys never get credit.
You
guys never get credit.
He's been the spine of that team for a while.
Exactly. So defensively, they've been massive because when you look at it, they've only conceded one own goal.
Yeah.
Own goal, But when they first started the first 2 games, they couldn't score.
Yeah.
But you can see now they're coming up. The confidence is getting up because they qualified for the last 8. 2 more games and you're winning the cup. We might see a surprise in this World Cup, but I mean they're playing against a Portuguese team. Also, that a lot of players they know that this is their last World Cup, so it's not going to be an easy one for Morocco as well. I would love to see Morocco going all the way, but at the same time, I love Ronaldo. I want to see.
So that becomes
Robs, coming to that, I don't know. He's talking about Ronaldo. I know people, they don't know what's happening behind the scene, but for me, social media, I saw where Ronaldo coming out of the dressing room.
Yeah.
So as a senior player, coming to the dressing, coming out of the dressing room, not shaking hands with other players. I don't know, sometimes as a senior player, you're killing the spirit of the team.
Yeah.
So talking about Portugal, no.
When did he do that?
Right, you know what? We played soccer as a senior player. I must give an example.
He's always doing that. When did he do that? When did he not do that? Let me say that.
But now maybe national team, maybe team Manchester, but not national team. And now this is World Cup. No. This is World Cup. It's not. Yes.
Yeah, but he's always doing that.
No.
He's always a leader. He's not playing.
You know what? People like us, like myself. I'm talking from experience. Yes. We had a player in our team. He was our Ronaldo. you know. And since he left our team, the Saturday mustn't talk about Baba and Baba. Yeah, Baba. Okay, Baba. Okay, we call it Baba. No, we don't talk about the record. No. Just we used to have a player in our team. You know, he was like Ronaldo. No. Let me tell you. After he left, the team started like playing.
Then you win the Wafa.
Oh, that's on the double triple.
So that's why I'm trying to get to we support Ronaldo to you understand that as a Stasa team, you understand that?
The team is centered around
a senior player, you understand? It's a problem. Yes, the youngsters. Because of youngsters are looking up to.
Nobody's like that.
The youngsters are looking up to Ronaldo. If Ronaldo is doing that, what's going to happen to them?
When did he not support this team? He's always like that leader.
Okay, support, but what happened to the dressing room? And we leave the dressing room.
We don't see what happened in the change room. So some captains do it in there quietly and go about the business.
They're silent leaders, yes.
Thank you.
There's those silent leaders.
For me, this Moroccan team, there's two factors here. The support. From day one.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's like you play in a derby. You
and
guys
it's consistent.
know. You know, 90,000 for it. The coach is a local coach, and you can see the excitement, the energy. He's listening to this one, he's encouraging that one. He's like, sometimes you might have the best players, but if your spirit is like that, you will be unstoppable. So for me, they are the dark horses. I'm a Ronaldo fan, but the horse.
I'm a Messi fan.
The coach, where does the coach come from? What did the coach win? They adapted from that, and they said, "Oh, okay, synergy."
Sorry, Morgan, just sorry for disturbing you there. For the first time ever, all the countries in Africa have been coached by their
own people.
Yeah. Majority of the team that played in the World Cup.
Qatar.
And it's very rare, Morgan. It's very rare.
What is it?
Listen, boss.
Their religion?
You don't want to go to Nkulunkulu.
No, but I'm just saying. Their culture.
It's coming.
Their culture.
They
understanding.
They're enjoying it. When they celebrate,
they're at home.
They take everything off. They lata.
But Fabian, it's very rare when the coach, it's the local coach. Plus they play in Europe. They come and respect the local coach.
But Senegal,
but now, but now look at Morocco. The players they're playing Europe, but they're respecting their local coach. As I was saying that they're celebrating, the coach is asking the players, you know.
With all due respect, they know their jobs. International players should know their jobs.
It's very rare.
They should know their jobs.
You play to fun.
If you're a local coach, you were tasked with a mandate to say, this is your group, lead it. Whether you're international or not, you need to understand there's a goal for the team and adhere.
But some coaches they fear the players because of they play where they play in Europe.
So that is out of the way now. So because they are in the last stage, right? They're in the Wafa stage of this tournament. So let's forget about that because Just is right, Joseph's right in terms of all of the national teams having local coaches, but 4 of them have gone home. So that says nothing about the fact that they're all coached by locals. So only one remains, right? So when we close this chapter on at least the Morocco-Portugal game, let me see who is favoring who, but also bearing in the back of our minds that somebody who's very, very ill right now, called Bele, once said he would want to live up until a stage where he sees an African national team getting into the final of a World Cup. This is Wafa for Morocco.
I was Sean.
No? Hey, we can't wish ill.
No, we're not wishing ill.
No, first is so.
I'm saying, you know why? The reason why I'm saying was Sean. It's going to happen.
Yeah, like all of us.
So it's going to
happen when Morocco goes to a final.
So
I'm saying this year.
So Morocco taking
will
it?
go.
Okay. Who's taking it?
Morocco. It's all after beating Spain.
Okay.
Their confidence is.
Okay, so 2 for Morocco. Justin?
As much as like I'm an African.
Shoot straight, my friend. Shoot straight.
You know, like I want Morocco to do well. Yeah. But this is Portugal, bro. Like,
hi, Ronaldo. I know.
Portugal. No. What you saying?
No. It's talking about Morocco and Portugal.
Not on that one here.
On that one here.
Easy.
So
African side.
I'm going
Coach.
I'm trying to be realistic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic.
Okay. So it's 2-2. So you have the deciding vote.
Maybe you know, bro.
He has a deciding vote.
So Makanya.
Gents, for me, it's simple. Portugal, it's picking up. Portugal has, in the midfield, there's tigers, Rob. There's no dogs or lions, there's tigers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Abu Fernandez, Silva.
Yeah.
Abu Joe
William
Felix.
Carvalho.
Yeah.
Rob, I mean, they have options. I'm going with Portugal.
Okay. So 3-2. That's done. These are the two African proponents of a World Cup.
We are African.
And let's see how far they go. All right, another game that's going to be really exciting simply because they've been singing we are bringing it home for so many tournaments and it hasn't come home since 1966. England are in a predicament. England stand a chance too, but they play against the defending champions called France. Have France lit up the tournament? I think they have, despite all the superstars that have been out injured. Now, the big question is, for Gareth Southgate, what does he do to re-engineer a winning? I see you shake your head. You're not convinced?
But I'm convinced. Like this English team is like totally different.
Yeah.
We've been convinced.
They've been building this team for the last. They're more like Holland.
Sure.
For the last 10 years, they've been building this team, and then they're coming out. The players now are coming out. You can see game by game they're improving every game. And for what the English nation has done for football around the world, I think winning the World Cup would actually like repaying them back because they've been the best nation when it comes to football. You know what I mean? And then, but you can't really take it away. Who are they playing against?
France.
Yeah.
Defending champions, say don't forget.
It has never been done before.
Don't forget.
And then they want to be the first nation to defend the World Cup.
It's been difficult for them up front. Which two strikers do you put in? I mean, Harry Kane will be there. He's the captain, so we don't even look at him as a striker.
Kane has been creating a lot, as much as he hasn't been scoring.
He hasn't been scoring.
But he's been creating.
Simply because Rashford is there one day. Simply because Saka can be there one day.
Saka, I mean, those are wingers. For me, you still play the number 9, your proper number 9, because he can score, he can create. I'll play Harry Kane any day. Okay. But if he doesn't, obviously score.
So who do you bench then?
Rashford is what is on fire. So I'll bench for now, maybe second half I'll put him in, Rashford on the bench, and then if Kane doesn't do anything second half, I can put Rashford in because you got the wingers that are doing well. Who's supposed that's playing for
Foden.
For me, it's been outstanding. I think the first 2 games, you could see that they needed somebody who's going to be creative for England. And since he came in, you can see England.
Sure, he was great. He came in, he scored a tap in.
Exactly.
I
like the way he's Rob says
The tap-in. But it's called a tap-in, guys.
No, but I understand.
Yeah, sure.
England for me, just winning it. I think just giving back to what they've done for the world. All the football out there, just winning it, and just shutting up a lot of people out there that are saying England will never win.
Well, let me bring in Fabian here, and then I'll come to you because now this has to do with the striker that has been much maligned worldwide. Maguire. Maguire could be footballer of the tournament, the way he's playing so well. I mean, he's playing like his life depends upon it. What's changed?
Rob, for me, you say, is it his brother? Or where was where was this? There was a coach that was saying to some players, why don't you bring your brother when we play the weekend and then when you come and train? Because come weekend, the Muna is not scoring, he's not doing anything. But going back to Maguire, he's playing for my team. But as a defender, I watch my players, defenders. Like you said, what better way is to just shut the door, close shop, don't make the top goal scorer score more goals and progress. I think this England team, Southgate is not a very smart manager. When I think no. Listen what I'm saying when I'm saying smart. I'm not talking of clever or what. I'm saying smart. To think out of the box, to obviously get one over your opposition number. And with what he has, if he select the right team, there's a lot in this England team that can still come out. True. So for me, I'm an England supporter since day one because I'm following their football.
Now, Kylian Mbappe.
Yes.
becomes a poser of some sort. Because at age 23, you're already breaking records that have taken
The real age.
Yes, 100%. That's his real age. I mean,
He's African after all.
It's not like you. It's not like you. It's not like
I mean, obviously,
it's not like Pirates back in the days. You can take out 5 years out of it. But is this your real age? Are you like really 40?
No.
He looks 35. He continues to looks 35.
we've got a home affairs after this. Don't worry. But from your side, and I hear Fabian's defense of the defending that's happening within the England team right now. But then you got players, man, in that French team that can unlock that defense anytime, any day.
That's true.
Very unconventional type of ways of scoring goals.
Look, Rob, what I like about the French team, what they did is they were hurt in so many areas due to injuries. That afforded other kids to get an opportunity. So now with this opportunity, they're grabbing it by the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Uncle Fabi here, his England is going to come.
We have to respect the elders. No, this table respects you too.
What Mbappe is doing, I think he's just going to elevate, because before the World Cup there was a period where himself and Neymar had a bit of a tiff. Who's leaving, who's not? I want him out. I want to be the sole provider for the team. Now is the point where he comes and he says, I will be the sole provider for the team, and I will be one of the best in the world. So he's got everything working for him right now. The supply that he's getting, top class.
So I'm hearing you lean towards which team to win it.
Which team? This football is coming home. It's been coming home, but it took a detour.
So it's coming home.
So what do you say? It's going to France?
Sure.
Without
So it's going to France.
Morgan, I agree with you. France.
France. Okay. Because again, let's not forget Oliver Giroud. So Oliver Giroud, when he left the EPL, people thought that washed out, he's finished, nothing to offer. Come match days, now France's all-time leading goal scorer. You know, that for anybody to digest will be difficult. His relationship with Mbappe is tighter, it's closer, all the rumors are gone. So give me your breakdown in terms of how you see that guy.
Rob, you know what? A good motivation. It's right after breaking the record of becoming the all-time goal scorer of France, and obvious playing who's the injured player, Benzema's position. I think that is a good motivation for him. That you know what, Benzema is there. They mustn't see that Benzema is there. Him is there. Not even considered to score goals. To score goals, as you are saying that him and Mbappe, the combination is so incredible. It's so amazing. I think for me, Morgan, what he's saying that France, they are going to the final, they are going to win, the World Cup. I agree with Morgan. They are going to win the World Cup.
Joseph, you need to come in. These two obviously signed an alliance.
We're sitting on this side of the table.
Agreeing to everything. So it was 3-2 last time. Let's zoom in here. We've got two England fans on this side.
On that match, I'm also going with France.
Okay.
Don't be a sellout, bro.
No, I'm going with France. I'll try to go I'm going with France, definitely, because of if you check both teams, you check England, can they deal with the pace that France is going to pose on them? You check on France defense as well, can they deal with what England is going to pose on them? So on a balance of scale, I'll still give it to on the midfielders, but also give it to France to win, because of I saw how unprepared maybe or how he struggles from Maguire to team Senegalese players. First half, he's struggling with it. It's just that Senegalese were Senegalese on the day. Not clinical. So I'll still give it to France.
Sure. All right. So we've got a you done. You said England. So we are sorted as far as you're concerned. So on the balance of scales, again, the Wafa team here gives it to France in the majority. 2 for England. Now let's talk about, you mentioned, and again, PSG, they've got the 3 top players. They're still in the World Cup. And now you touch on a Neymar. He might have set out the previous game. He's back in the mix. We've seen Richarlison start this tournament like a man possessed. You know, feelings aside, they rested their starting 11, right? They showed, okay, fine, whatever. They got depth, which is beautiful. So there's options in terms of the coach. Having to play Croatia, gentlemen, is, in the greater scheme of things, not easy. Joseph, I give you the start this time. I know you love the flair of Brazil. You are the kind of player that we would leave home to come and watch playing when you played for Orlando Pirates. And I'm sure you're enjoying what Brazil are giving. Give me a breakdown there.
Definitely, because if you check Brazil, their team is balanced.
Yeah.
If you talk about a balanced team, it's not solely relying on one player. You've got maybe, 5 or 6 capability of scoring a goal. Because also on the bench, you still have got a like-for-like player that can come on and steer things up. So check Croatia. They are a bit on the aging side. We've got players that I think they've gone past their best. So I feel that Brazil stand a better chance, and also they've been won it for a very long time. So they might be coming for this one, and also doing it for the legend himself, Pele, because it's also a timing factor. So if you check after the game, they will normally celebrate with the player. So it tells you that they've got every reason to win it, and I feel that it is for Brazil to lose it.
Okay.
To lose it or to win it?
To win it.
Oh, okay.
For Brazil to lose, that means they're winning it.
Winning it, yeah.
From a respectful point of view, we wish the old man well. It's one of those things where you wouldn't want to see your legend in the position that he is.
Going there again.
However,
It doesn't like Pele this way.
No, I love Pele. I love Pele. He wasn't a defender. Unlucky, he wasn't a defender. So if he was a defender,
don't forget it's Jomo's son. And they used to compare Pele.
Oh yeah.
They used to compare him with Pele.
Pele Jomo, number 10.
Jomo said he was the best. Pele was
We see that.
No, Brazil, to be honest, they've got, you said it, like for like. I think actually the guys on the bench are stronger than the guys that are playing. And they are. I don't think there's a single player there's 2 or 3 players that play in Brazil. But what is their work is exporting at 15,
For sure.
18.
For sure.
Manchester City comes in, buys a kid for whatever amount he comes in for. That goes to show that these people are serious. And their economy relies highly on the football aspect. And you know, they also don't have the facilities that the world-class facilities. They're showing hunger every time they go into a tournament, and it hurts them every time that they don't win a tournament, and there's clashes inside.
And it's one of the teams that doesn't lose its identity. From way back, they've been lost their identity.
The first time when I watched them, when was it Bebeto that scored
for sure.
Mario
and they don't lose the celebrations, they don't lose their culture in terms of how they play. And the arrogance also,
Because the togetherness now. I mean, you haven't seen Brazil.
The togetherness.
They've
got this celebration.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it tells you that what's happening behind the scenes
is happening on the field.
It's happening on the field. The celebration tells you something as well about the players.
Not only that,
Ronaldinho,
they were doing a podcast where he sits with them, he has a conversation with them. And the way they respect him, they always stand up and they brush his leg and they always say, we want that luck.
Let me grab that luck from your legs.
For sure.
That goes to show that,
You check at their stands, there's Roberto Carlos,
Yo, Makanya want to come there. All of them, the legends are there.
Already, everybody's rallying behind them.
Why not?
So the supporting structure is
So nobody's talking about Croatia, right?
No, I'm not saying
You guys, you are talking about Brazil. But when you look at like Croatia, how they played against Japan. Those guys have football rotation. You should know as a coach. Once they get that ball, once they get into a rhythm, and and they start keeping that ball, you can see that that's what Brazil wants the ball.
You need to have the ball.
You need to have the ball.
frustrate them.
You know, so now they know that once Croatia starts keeping that ball, you're not going to see any Brazil. You know what I mean? And this is the last generation of Croatia. These players, they also know that this is their last chance as well to win in something, you know? And they don't talk too much. And you see them every game they play, they get strong. And I think this is a team that a lot of people are not even watching, but they can actually punish you once they get into that box. They've got, like, clinical players in front of goals. You know, they are definitely going home.
Never.
See Brazil going home.
I think Brazil, they're going to play against the stubborn team.
This is a stubborn
and they've been together for how many years?
They've played against the Japanese stubborn team.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Japan is stubborn, but Japan, how many times did they play in the World Cup? Croatia, they're always in the semi-final.
You know, when you talk about
Croatia, they've been together for how many years?
Captains, they remember two more captains.
If you talk about organization,
yes, this is like this in a changing room.
Japan. If they've gone past that Japan organization, I'm telling you,
they say two. No, they say two. No, they say two. No, they say two. They say two.
I'm wrestling.
What I tell you, they say two former Pirate players. You remember that generation of Mkababa and Philip Jackson? They were stubborn. All of them, they were old. Okay, they were like aging. But they won a many trophies.
They still got.
I'm telling you, they will be playing against a stubborn team.
It's a stubborn Brazilian team. It's a stubborn Brazilian team with a lot of experience on it and a lot of quality.
Togo, let me add up.
Quality in all departments.
Togo,
goalkeeper, defense,
I know they have
midfielders, attack.
Togo, let me tell you, they have some of the players. They don't have experience of playing the World Cup. But Croatia.
Just to add up on that.
Okay,
the best way to beat Brazil is to starve them
of the ball.
And now they play.
And you starve them of the ball.
That's what you're going to see.
You're losing your possession. No. You're losing the possessions, then now it means para Brazil anywhere they can hit you.
But you're not going to get the ball.
Of the ball, it means you need to make movements that will make your team not to be in a balanced position.
Okay, coach.
That's where Brazil
hold on, guys, because for me this sounds like it's going to be the most exciting game of any of the games, given the amount of violence that's happening around this table. Which is great.
Violent on this one.
But which is great. I think what Joseph mentioned, that it's an important fact, which we saw with Belgium.
Yes.
Belgium knew that they had an aged team.
Yes.
Even their players were saying publicly that they have an aged team.
Yes.
They went home, right?
Yeah.
Former number one in the world, they went home. Now you've got an aged team, as Joseph was saying, but they're still in the World Cup. They still have a Ballon d'Or winner in that team who can change the game, right?
How much is it taking?
So now when you have your Vinicius who's hungry, when you have Richarlison who wants to turn things around, I'm not even talking about Neymar. Neymar's not even an issue. Casemiro. Who can do the magic? I can rattle the names forever and ever.
Experience of play.
I need to now wind it down, because these two have been going for the same nation a few times. So let me start this side. Just let them relax. Let the elders relax. Faba, you pick it first.
For me, I think we haven't really seen an upset in this World Cup. And you know, take nothing away from the Brazilians.
Yeah.
There is individuals that wants to be on top of each other. It hasn't come out yet because of the victories and how the World Cup has been flowing for them. So I still feel that the defense of Brazil hasn't been tested, hasn't been tested, hasn't been put to eat grass or feel what type of grass or smell the grass.
Doing about Silva, he's been tested a couple of times.
This team of
Croatia,
I'm not talking of the captain. I'm talking of a certain number jersey, number 8. Ukovic. I call him Kovic. Quietly so doing his business, going about this thing. And Rob, for me I'm saying this is going to be the upset.
For Croatia,
is happening.
For Croatia, thank you.
Croatia can throw everything out.
Okay.
All the toys can be thrown out of.
So Croatia advancing.
Croatia is going to the semis.
Joseph.
I'll just leave it on Brazil advancing.
Okay.
It's unfair for you to compare Belgium with Croatia.
Yeah.
Belgium are always chokers. They're always choking. You know? As much as they're the best players, they've never won anything.
But they beat Brazil.
And Brazil, without Neymar, you saw the difference. Like they're not the same. So if you can close this boy, what's it, Neymar?
Yes.
Neymar out. There's no Brazil for me. And then with Croatia, anybody can win the game.
So it's 2 for Croatia,
So
1
Croatia
for
for
Brazil.
me, yeah.
Lucky?
3 for Croatia.
3 for Croatia.
Brazil.
Pele.
Yeah.
So 3-2.
Yes.
3-2. I like that balance.
And you
gentlemen.
must
I
count
like that balance.
the number of teams that you said were going to win.
No, we've got it on record. So
Must.
this is for the entire continent to be watching and the world to be watching. And when you bring around so many legends who have so much experience in the beautiful game, we dare not, gentlemen, walk away from this roundtable conversation without highlighting a South African presence at the World Cup by the name of Victor Gomes. He might not be scheduled for the last 8 in the middle of the park. Antonio Lahoz is going to be the referee in the Argentina versus Netherlands game. Victor Gomes will be the 4th official in that game. But he's one of 20 referees that they've been kept behind to officiate 8 games. So you could still see Victor Gomes in the final refereeing. Even if you don't see him in this next round of games, you could still see him in the final. And that is an important thing. We've got to celebrate him. We've got to celebrate Zakele Siwela, who's been flagging very beautifully as an assistant referee. So, Bafana, guys, might not have been there, but we are there, they're different guys in terms of Mpempe and the whistleblowers as well in the beautiful game. So, with all being said and done, we celebrate them, we celebrate their achievement. This is a referee who will be retiring from all football. He's retired from local domestic football. And so for us, we salute him, and we're so proud to see him out there doing what he does best as well. So I'll keep him a red card for the last time. We'll all celebrate that. But
and hope other
thank
referees, they let the Balena from the Arabs.
Yeah,
because of the problem of referees.
Did he ever give you a red card?
Who?
Victor Gomes.
There's no South African referee, Salam Parat.
He's never given you?
Yeah, I'd like to actually dive into that a bit.
Yeah.
He's giving me a red card.
We're still at Cosmos.
Play for the same team.
Okay.
And I'd normally have a conversation with him. And then I'd ask him, my friend, what now? You are not my boss. I do my job when I'm there. And I respect him for that.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I think he deserves a golden whistle.
But it's not all about the...
He's retiring, he needs a golden whistle.
So how many red cards has he given you?
3.
3. How many red cards has he given you?
Are you surprised?
Never.
Never. I know. Are you surprised?
You're retired.
All of them was still on the line.
He's a Combs lookalike.
No, he was refereed by Aaron Sweeney. He was retired. He was the elder, this guy.
I don't fight with the reference.
Yeah.
If you give me a yellow, I stay far from you.
And you thank him for the yellow.
No, even after the game, I said, nah, sharp, good game.
There's a situation, I think he was reffing one game,
and
he gave, I think he wanted to give Messi, he said, Messi was complaining, he said, do you want to be a ref? Remember, that's the only man who ever did that to Messi. Take the whistle and be a ref.
It goes to show,
that's crazy.
He's very
Mohamed Salah.
It's Salah, right?
Yeah, he gave Salah the whistle.
Remember that situation.
You can tell that he's an achiever. And he's a boss.
And he's stubborn.
He's not faced by stars.
Yes, he's not faced by his environment. And the occasion doesn't get beyond him. He does the game according to the way he knows the rules should be.
But it's also good for the game. I mean, Rob, just when you look at it, the more we see most of our referees going to ref at international stages, they come back with that knowledge and obviously better in our game. There's a lot of mistakes that we see being officiated in a lot of games. And the more of our officials going out there, it betters the chances of making right or good life decisions for a lot of teams out there in the PSL.
Now we've got better role models. But gents, remember the game, the semi-final co-FNB. Hey, the Munas cards were falling out of his pocket.
Well, it's a good time. I mean, it's the first time that a World Cup has been held in December as well. So you might as well give a couple of Christmas cards to some of the players that are out there. It is the only way to handle traffic of his popularity. All right, Guys, we're wrapping things up. All I want from you, I don't want explanation, I don't want theories, I don't want anything. I'm going to do a quick round. We've run out of time. I need 2 teams on December 18 that will walk onto the field for something called the final. Lucky? 2 teams. I don't want explanation, just 2 teams.
South American derby.
Okay?
South American derby. I understand it.
Okay, no explanation. It's fine.
Not explanation.
2 teams.
Morocco, Brazil.
Argentina.
Okay, Morocco, Brazil.
Argentina, England.
Argentina, England. Okay.
I think we need to know.
Explanation.
The rules of the game.
Let's check who's coming from which side. Wait.
Just 2 teams.
Hear me out. Hear me out. No, hear me out. No, hear me out.
Okay, we'll hear you after the production.
We'll hear you out behind this. Hear me out. Hear me out.
We can't allow that, Joseph.
We need to understand. No, him. No, I mean, I see where you're going. There are teams that are coming from this stream to meet up this time. So it means maybe France. Yes. This is what I wanted to say.
Easy for you. Just say all European, American, South American, European.
I'll go with Brazil and Portugal. Brazil and Portugal. They are coming from.
It's taken 15 hours of your time. Give me 2 teams.
Rob, for me, is the Orange Army and the English. All European final for me.
No flair there.
It's no flair.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to arrange a talk show for Joseph to host for next year. So look out for a very exclusive podcast. So that's what we can arrange for him. Gentlemen, thank you so much indeed. I do appreciate your time, legend. Morgan Gold, as always. Just as legend. Yeah? To. With to. But thank you so much indeed. And thanks for everyone. I mean, be interactive. This is the kind of platform where you would also like your views on what the gentlemen have said here. They've played the game, they've captained the game, they've played for the national team, and we are watching a World Cup that's coming to its end. It's the tail end, it's the business end, it's the top 8. It's Wafa. Asambeni.